A local airport is turning to FIU's COVID canines.
We said, well, let's try to train them on COVID-19
to keep the virus from going airborne. Still dealing with Ida's devastation,
we can't catch a break these days.
The Gulf Coast gets ready for Nicholas. And a couple shares how their patriotism,
my wife, she always brings the flag to the football games,
helped save Hard Rock Stadium's falling feline. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache.
And I'm Danelle Dukin. Today is Tuesday, September 14th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Delta dogs on the job at Miami International Airport.
They're trying to catch those infected with a more dangerous variant and all other types of COVID before they can board a plane.
And as the network's Alejandra Garcia reports, these COVID canines received their training at FIU.
Miami International Airport launched a new pilot program where they are the first to use COVID-sniffing dogs to detect the COVID-19 virus on people. Last week, a pair of dogs named Cobra and One Bella, who were trained at the Forensic and Justice Center at Florida International University, began a 30-day program where they would detect COVID-19 among airport employees and alert when the virus is detected in a sniff test.
So we found that they could be very reliable in detecting something called laurel wilt, which is killing avocado trees here in South Florida. And so we knew they were reliable for that. We said, well, let's try to train them on COVID-19.
If the dog detects the virus on someone, they will be asked to take a rapid COVID test to make sure they do not carry the virus.
She was already trained for another odor. It only takes a few weeks to really get them proficient to a new odor. They really start picking up the new odor in a few days. If it's a brand new dog that's never been trained, then it may take up to a few months to get them proficient.
After the pilot program is complete, researchers will reevaluate the data and decide if the canines will then be used to detect the virus among passengers, which could help deter travelers who may be considering lying about virus exposure of infection status. The two COVID-sniffing dogs are reportedly more than 99% accurate at detecting the virus on people in their training as of now, and they're expected to extend their time frame for 30 more days. Reporting from the Miami International Airport, I'm Alejandra Garcia, South Florida Media Network.
Debate this morning over how immediately necessary it is for a third shot of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. Scientists yesterday published an opinion piece in the journal Lancet saying the vaccines don't currently show a need for boosting. One expert isn't ruling it out in the long run.
In the bigger picture, I do believe that boosters will be likely needed. The timing and nuances of these are hard.
On the other side of the booster argument, the FDA saying the views of the authors do not represent the views of the agency. We look forward to a robust and transparent discussion on Friday about that application. Friday is when an FDA committee is set to talk about the vaccine boosters.
Governor Ron DeSantis threatens a $5,000 fine to county and local governments for requiring their employees to get vaccinated. In response to President Joe Biden's new COVID mandates during a press conference on Monday, DeSantis argued that the new mandate requiring businesses with more than 100 workers to be vaccinated are a violation of Florida law passed. He further states that for each violation, the state would impose a $5,000 fine.
Russian President Vladimir Putin entered self-isolation just hours after he met with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad in Russia. The news came after it was discovered that Putin's inner circle members tested positive. A statement from the Kremlin earlier this morning said that the Russian president has tested negative for the virus and that he is absolutely healthy.
Nicholas made landfall in Texas overnight as a hurricane and has since weakened into a tropical storm. The National Hurricane Center says the storm could bring life-threatening flash floods. Nicholas, reaching hurricane strength late yesterday, is expected to move further northeast into Texas and eventually into Louisiana. Officials in Texas are worried about the large amounts of rainfall.
Could have rain 2 to 3 inches an hour, which many of our bayous and channels are not able to withstand. That would certainly flood roadways, but if that pans out, it could be a threat to the channels, it could be a threat to some structures.
Nicholas could drop as much as 10 inches in central Texas and Louisiana.
Say goodbye to the last iPhone series as Apple is preparing to launch several new iPhones this week. The virtual event takes place later today where Apple will unveil the iPhone 13, 13 mini as well as higher-end models such as iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. The devices will have updated 5G chips, cameras improved life battery, and faster refresh rates. Apple will likely show the next generation Apple Watch and AirPod 3.
High art meets high fashion at this year's Met Gala, and as always, the stars were shining.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
I didn't think we would be able to catch it with our hands, so I pulled the flag from the handrail.
The heroes of Hard Rock Stadium share how they helped the Cats survive a dramatic drop. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
COVID-19 has changed how we hang with our girls. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to girls tripping instead of solo sipping. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it? Is it safe? Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To get to know each other
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things. But all of them are pure love.
Playing defense, a veteran and his wife sharing how they made the play of the game at Hard Rock Stadium on Saturday. It was because of her pride in his service that they bring an American flag to every Hurricanes football game.
And when they saw that the Cats started to lose grip, they knew just what to do.
It's a good thing cats have 9 lives. And for one feline, it was fortunate that University of Miami fans Craig and Kim Cromer brought a U.S. flag to the football game.
And to tell you the truth, at that time, that was the first thing that happened was somebody's cell phone fell down onto the ramp below us. Security got up and they were looking at the phone to secure it, and then they started pointing upward.
During the game, the Cromers spotted a security guard looking for a cell phone, and then the attention turned towards a dangling cat.
At that time, you know, my wife and I, we looked up and we could see the tail of a cat, the butt of a cat, that was in between like the fabric and the concrete.
The feline was dangling under the bleachers, nearly 50 feet above the Cromers. That's when an idea for rescue occurred to them.
My wife, she always brings the flag to the football games.
Once the Cromers realized what was happening, they quickly sprung into action, stretching the U.S. flag and using it as a landing pad.
The students that were below us were kind of pushing us in one direction or the other. Once the cat fell, it fell on Craig's end of the flag and then kind of rolled down to the area that was below us.
The cat was then held by one of the students as they proudly raised him and cheered over the rescue. However, Craig was left in a sticky situation.
It urinated pretty much all over everything. Yeah, it was good to see that the cat was okay, but between the urine and the Coke that was spilled on me, I was sticky and stinky.
The cat has been taken in for vet care, and the stadium announced that it paid the fans' kindness forward by donating to the Humane Society.
Divers in the Keys have found a unique home for the American flag in commemoration of 9/11's 20th anniversary. The flag was affixed to the historical deep-sea shipwreck of the USN's General Hoyts Vandenberg. The sunken ship, which once served as a military transport boat during World War II, has since become an artificial reef for marine life.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache.
And I'm Danelle Dukin. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.